Hey, Zoe here, and I'm back today with days 8 to 14 of my 365 Smiles project. I'm not gonna lie, today was so hard. As you know, if you watch my channel already, I don't tend to do pocket scrapbooking. I find it quite difficult to scrap in the small scale, but I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and going for it with this project. However, my son's been really ill and I've been running off approximately 2 hours of broken sleep a night for about a week, which doesn't do a great deal for your creativity. So, doing something that I already found hard anyway, I've checked out a little bit today and I've gone with a scrapbook kit that I had in my stash. It's an Ali Edwards Project Life stories kit. It's the stuff kit anyway. And I'm adding to that with a few cards from my stash, which are either Ali Edwards or Studio Calico, and a few supplementary cards that I've cut from I think one came from a Studio Calico grid card set, and another has come from a 6x6 pad that they used to do when they did card kits. Do you remember those? I used to get the card kit many moons ago, and I have these paper pads that are left over from that. Anyway, as you can see, I'm just going ahead and starting out with my title card there. I've just picked out a few cards and popped them in the pockets that I think I'm going to use. So this card came from a Studio Calico card kit paper pad and I just cut it to size. The stuff acrylic word came from the Ali Edwards kit, and I'm just going ahead and using some aqua greeny blue embroidery thread just to embroider it onto my 4x6 card there, just using a Tonic Studios pokey tool to create the holes for me to stitch through. It just makes it so much easier than trying to push the needle through. But thank you so much for the ever so lovely response to this last week. A few of you decided you're going to do it too, which is really cool. I'd love to see what you guys come up with if you do take this on. If you don't know, if you didn't watch last week's, which I will link below, essentially the project is every single night before you go to bed, you write down in your phone or on a pad or whatever, just one thing that day that made you smile. And it can be anything. Just about anything, but it can't be generic. It can't be, I have a house, or I'm alive, or I can breathe, or anything like that. It has to be something specific that happened that made you smile. So each and every day, even if it's a bad day, there's always going to be something that made you smile, even if it's a really simple thing, like a hug from a child or whatever. So essentially what it means is that each day you're going to go to bed remembering, because it's the last thing you do before you go to sleep, you're going to be ending that day thinking about something that made you smile. And obviously at the end of the year you're going to look back and you're going to have 365 things that year that made you smile. So that's the theory. So how I do it is I write them down on my phone, which you can see if I'm just outlining the screenshot of the notes section of my phone, which is what I do each week. I just screenshot the notes I made that week, and I try to remember to take pictures that correlate to them, but there isn't always a picture that can correlate to them. So sometimes it's just a picture that makes me smile, or sometimes it's something that fits the theme. And then I mix the two. So I'm just playing around with the cards here, but you can see that middle card that I've just picked up now is actually a meme, and it's a cute angle. The reasoning behind this is the first smile that I wrote down, smile number 8, was actually not a smile so much as a crying, lying on the floor, holding my stomach, crying, laughing. because Alex and I, that's my husband, aren't the best at DIY, which is a pretty big understatement. And I've just redone my scrap room. I have a pin board, and we decided that it would look really cute. I decided that it would look really cute if we cut a frame for it, so that it would be like a big framed pin board. And we tried to cut 45-degree angles, and we thought we'd cracked it. We really did, until we put them together. One was straight and the other one was going off into the skies somewhere, and it was just, it was hysterical because it was so old. It was the perfect image of us doing DIY. But obviously I didn't have a picture of that because I was too busy laughing. So what I did was printed off a meme that fits the theme, and I'm also going to tell the story of why I've printed off a meme on this tag that I'm doing now, which came in the Ali Edwards kit. So it makes it simpler. It makes it simpler. You're not having to constantly think about photographing everything in your life, which is one of the reasons why I do not do Project Life or the Day in the Life or December Daily or any of those things, because I'm quite frankly terrible at remembering to take a photo of every blooming second of my day. I don't do it. I cannot remember to do it, and I try, and then I feel bad that I haven't done it. So this way you don't have to match a photo to, you don't have to have an exact photo of what it is that you're talking about. Essentially it's more about getting that memory, that thing that made you smile down, so that when you read it again, it will make you smile again. And that's a good thing to use. It's why it's a good thing to use things like memes or other pictures that make you smile or whatever, because they'll make you smile too. So you're getting, another thing, another smile for nothing really, which is the same theory with the meme that's also in the bottom left corner. Again, smile number 9 is that Alex built all the IKEA furniture. Without complaining, without swearing. And again, it wasn't something I had a picture of, so I just printed off a meme which says, I don't always build IKEA furniture, but when I do, I consider myself a master carpenter. Which was very apt, and he kind of does. So that worked for me. And I'm just filling in another bit of journaling there. I think that's one that actually just explains that it had been a bit of a crappy week, and that I'd gotten some really lovely comments. Is that the comments one? I don't know if it was. I'm not sure what I've journaled there. But this card that I'm working on now is, I hit 950 subscribers on YouTube. Whoop whoop! Thank you very much to you all, and it made me smile very, very much. When I started this thing, I never thought I'd get that many, and I know there's scrappers out there that have got millions and thousands and all that, but to me this is pretty freaking huge. I am awed by the fact that so many of you like to listen to me go off on tangents and forget what it is that I'm meant to be explaining. So thank you for that. But that was one of my smiles for this week. And I still can't remember what I journaled on that card, so I do apologise for that. The cork speech bubble came in the Ali Edwards kit. The Today rubber title, I think, came in a Studio Calico kit at some point. I'm afraid I can't remember which kit. It probably came in one of the mystery kits or sale kits, because that's pretty much all I have. It's the only time I tend to buy them. So I'm just taking my card that has all my prompts on, just so I can make sure that I'm numbering them correctly. And this card in the middle, the photograph in the middle, sorry, is of me and my daughter playing with Snapchat filters, which doesn't have anything to do with the smile that I've written down. That smile was really just my daughter saying, telling me how much she loved me, which made me smile that day. Oh, Claire, oh no. I was hoping the glare problems would disappear when I changed around the lighting rig, but apparently that's still going to happen if I use a Pocket Page on screen. Sorry about that. I'm afraid when I'm using Pockets, there's just not a lot I can do about that. I was filming and it was quite dark already, so I had to have the lights on, so I do apologise for the glare. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The Snapchat picture doesn't have anything in particular to do with what my prompt was, my smile was for that day. It merely is another picture that made me smile, and it features the person who the smile was about, so I thought that would work just fine. The card I'm working on now came in the Ali Edwards kit, and the photographs are actually 2 screenshots of my comments section on both YouTube and Instagram. And essentially it's just saying that the day that I screenshot these comments, I was having a pretty rough day. I'd had no sleep at all. I'd stayed up all night with Raf, who was being sick all night and running pretty epic fevers, and it was horrible. And then I saw these beautiful comments, and I was so grateful that I almost cried. It just was perfect. It was the perfect thing to read to lift me, and it was the perfect smile to use for that day. So I'm just journaling there, saying essentially how much they'd lifted my spirits that day, because they had, and I do truly appreciate every comment. I appreciate the support and the fact that you take a few minutes out of your day to say something lovely on my YouTube or on my Instagram or whatever. I try to answer you all. I do try to answer every single one. I might not do it on the same day, but I do try to respond to everybody, because it means the world to me. I'm very, very grateful for you all. Anyway, feels aside, prompt number 14 is a picture of my son, and he was starting to feel better and his fever had lifted, and he actually laughed for the first time in over a week. So that was my smile number 14. He's doing much better today. He really is. He's unrecognisable from the very, very sick boy he's been this week, so I'm very, very grateful for that. So I just journaled that onto a label, and I'm just adding one of the chipboards from the kit. And I know using the kit's a bit cheaty, but honestly, I had to. I didn't have the brain power to put together my own working thoughts on this one today, I'm afraid. So the card I'm working on now is my finished scrap room. It's actually not all of it, and technically in that photo it's not quite finished. I have done a few more things to it, but the bulk of it was finished, which was one of my smiles for this week. I think it was smile number 12, because it was finally done. All the furniture's in and built, and I have a working room that I can work in. Obviously I couldn't actually do anything this week with Rafferty being so poorly, but it's the thought that counts. So I'm just doing my doodly lines around the edges, which you know I like to do. I'm popping on a few of these really, really lovely squishy hearts. They're not quite rubber and they're not quite enamel. They're sort of in between the two. So I'm toying with this card for the top right there, and I didn't particularly want to put a load more journaling in there. I don't know why. I felt like it needed to be a filler card. I felt like I'd had a lot of the cards be journaling cards with very little filler, so I felt like I wanted a filler card. So I took the wood veneer from the kit, and I'm just stapling that straight on, and I'm not going to do anything else to that card because I like it just the way it is, and just popping it in there. And this central card says, I'll just be over here eating my feelings, which, yeah, I kind of feel like I have done this week a little bit. So I just am saying that it's been a rough week in the journaling in the middle there. And added a Tim Holtz sticker, which I think says something about pretending it's a plan or something like that. And again, just drawing a doodly line around the outside there. And I'm down to my last card, and I'm just playing around with which one to use. And I think I'm going to go with the grey because it matches the top left grey. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a tag to do a little journaling on, and essentially my journaling is me complaining about how much I've sort of copped out with this layout a little bit. My journaling just explains I'm a little disappointed but that I wasn't feeling hugely creative, so I was grateful that I'd got it done at all, but I was a little disappointed in myself for not trying a little harder and not using a kit. So that's that. It's nothing really. It's just for me to look back on when I look through and read them again. I just want to see, where I was at this week, and why my smiles are the way they are, and honestly why my photos are a little bit sort of non-existent as to things I've done. So that's it really. I don't think I add too much more to this, maybe a couple of hearts, and I think I call it good. But hopefully everything will be back to normal by next week, so I'll put a little more effort into next week's. I really do appreciate you sticking with me through this one, and if you do give it a whirl, I'd love to see what you do. I would genuinely love to see what you come up with. I'm really over the moon that the concept has rung true for a few of you as well, so I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps give you a moment of happiness as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. You can click the little bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. Do subscribe if you haven't already, that would be really great, and I will see you next time. Bye!